Good afternoon to you from the campus of Saddleback College here in Mission Viejo, beautiful Saddleback Stadium. It's time for Orange Empire Conference men's soccer action between the visiting Santiago Canyon Hawks and the host Saddleback Bobcats. I am Mark Spin. Thank you for joining us here on this Saddleback College Department of Cinema, Television, and Radio Production YouTube live stream of today's Orange Empire Conference matchup. A couple of teams that have not had a lot of success in their last 5 games. Their form, Santiago Canyon 0-4-1, all in Orange Empire Conference play. They are at the bottom of the Orange Empire Conference standings, 0-4-2 overall in conference, 3-6-3 on the season. Saddleback is 5-4-2 overall, but 1-3-1 in their last 5 games, also all Orange Empire Conference games, 2-3-1 in the conference, trying to keep pace, moving up this table to get towards the Southern Regional Playoffs of the 3C2A California Community College Athletic Association as we head into late this fall. In the meantime, today we've got the visiting Hawks in their away white with blue trim. They will be going right to left on your camera screen, on your monitor screen, however you may be streaming this today. Saddleback in their home cardinal and gold going left to right here in the first half. Starting lineup for Santiago Canyon, the visitors. Omar Gerard gets the start in goal today, his third start of the season over Juan Pablo Alvarez. We may see Juan Pablo later. Will be a coach's decision. Omar is 1-1 with 2.47 goals against average and a 750 save average. Along with Omar today for the Hawks, midfielder number 6, Andrew Morentes, midfielder number 7, Wesley Harris. Forward, Jorge Garcia Cruz, number 10, Rene Cayello, number 11, defender, Ali Saved, midfielder number 13, Ricky Walker, midfielder number 15. As we get underway, Miguel Segovia, number 17, defender for the Hawks. Aaron Yak, number 18, a defender for Santiago Canyon. Trent Klobowski, defender number 22. And forward Vince Corral, number 33. Rounds out the 11 for the Hawks side. For Saddleback, they get leading scorer Joel Smith back today, number 20. Joel had to sit the 4-1 loss to Irvine Valley College on Friday because he'd accumulated 5 yellow cards. Bobcats get something going here in the box. Shot on goal off the hardware. Immediate pressure by Saddleback. A Bobcat appears to be shaken up in the penalty area. And our referee today, referee Pantaleon, comes over to check him out. I'll get the binoculars on that and see if I can get that number for you. It's Juan Ponce, number 26 for the Bobcats, but he's up and seems to be okay. Initial pressure by Saddleback as I'm going through the starting lineups in the first minute, but it goes off of the outside post. The diving Omar Gerard couldn't get a hand on it, but it caught the hardware, ricocheted away harmlessly. So we're still 0-0. A minute and a half in. Gerard sends it across midfield to the left side where it goes into touch. Bobcats will have a throw in. So in addition to Joel Smith, their leading scorer, who had to sit last game, as I mentioned, because he had accumulated the 5 yellow cards, which is the cutoff point when you have to sit out a match. Joel comes back with 8 goals and 2 assists to lead Saddleback. He's in the starting lineup. In goal, Dominic DeFrena, number 00. Nathan Aquino, number 1, defensive specialist and corner kick handler for the Bobcats. Brian Landazuri Carlo, midfielders in the lineup. Alex Avila, excellent defender. Spencer Simas, midfielder. Jean Marco Cortez, they call him Marco, so we will too. Number 15, a defender, freshman out of Trabuco Hills. Defender Ryan Mann, who handles a lot of the long throw-ins near the penalty area and throws them very well, almost like a corner kick. A Hawk is shaken up on the play right now, so we'll keep running through the starting lineups. Dominic Ochoa, number 19, a midfielder, freshman out of Santa Margarita High School. As I mentioned, Joel Smith. Alex Martinez, defender out of J. Serra. Juan Ponce, shaken up a few moments ago just fine. And the Bobcats are coached by B.J. McNichol. This is the first season for men's soccer for Saddleback College. B.J.'s been the head coach of the women's team, the national defending champion women's team. Free kick headed away by the Bobcats in the box. He's been the coach of that women's team since 2012, doing double duty in the first year of Saddleback College men's soccer, 2023, first time in school history. The athletic department has fielded a men's soccer program. Coach McNichol doing very well with both. The women's team is 11-0-1, undefeated, ranked number 1 in the state and in the nation in the United Soccer Coaches Junior College Level 3 poll. We'll have some live streaming action of the women's team in the next couple of weeks as well. Today we've got men's soccer, and it's the Bobcats of Saddleback in the Cardinal and Gold going left to right against the visiting Santiago Canyon. Hawks in the white, who did not start number 3, Nick Assam, who is their leading scorer with 7 goals. Do not have a match report that indicates he is out because of yellow cards. So we'll try and find out, or he may substitute in. And speaking of substitutions, if you're not familiar with community college soccer, it is unlimited free substitution with re-entry, so players will come and go throughout the game. Coach Andy Thomas for Santiago Canyon won 3 CIF championships as the head coach at Laguna Beach High School, was an LA Times High School Coach of the Year. Played a couple of years in he's from the Isle of Man in Great Britain, and was in the Southampton FA Club's academy program for a couple of years. So very well qualified and working to get the Santiago Canyon program higher up in the table, because as I mentioned, they come in last, winless in Orange Empire Conference play. They trail the Bobcats and other teams as well. Saddleback, as I mentioned, 1-3-1 in their last 5 games, all of those conference games. 2-3-1 in OEC overall, 5-4-2 for the season. Smith tried to win that ball down the sideline. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. Also in community college soccer, they do a 45-minute countdown clock. So it starts at 45 and will tick down to 2 minutes, where it will stop on the scoreboard. And then the last 2 minutes of each half, plus any stoppage time, are kept by the referee, in this case, referee Pantaleon, on the field. So we won't know once we get to the 2 minutes left in regulation in each half, and then into stoppage time. We won't know exactly how much time is left because they don't put up a digital stoppage time indicator, but we'll try and figure it out as we go. Shot on goal, goal! Score right there. Beautiful shot from the top of the box. Alex Martinez, the defender out of J. Serra, with a right-footed blast. Omar Gerard really had no chance at all. Martinez makes the net cords dance. Score! Saddleback 1-0 at the 7-minute mark here in the first half. Saddleback takes a 1-0 lead on the goal by Alex Martinez. That will get you the assist as they announce it momentarily. Good early action, good offensive pressure by the Bobcats. Lead to the goal by Alex Martinez from the Powerhouse High School program, J. Serra. One of the many, many, many freshmen Coach B.J. McNichol is working with here in the first year of Saddleback College men's soccer. Simus gets it to the middle of the field to Martinez. He's got room, goes to the left wing. Simas over to Man. Man to Cortez. Cortez back to Man. Saddleback looking to set something up. Martinez, good footwork at midfield. Sends it deep into the Hawks' end. Omar Gerard will come off the line and field that one in the penalty area and kick it away. So Saddleback gets the goal. The 7-minute mark to start the game. And officially they gave the goal to Juan Ponce, number 26, not number 25. My apologies to Juan. My apologies to Alex Martinez. If you've never been here to Saddleback Stadium, what I call College Drive East, as my homage to the English professional football tradition of naming stadiums nicknamed by the location of where they reside here at Saddleback College. It's on College Drive East. The beautiful facility here, about 3 years old. We are way up high in the press box, and sometimes as I'm looking down at notes and trying to get binoculars on action in the box, I can mistake a 25 for a 26, as I did there. So the goal was Juan Ponce, his first of the season. Juan Ponce made the back of the net dance for the score for Saddleback to make it 1-0 as we approach 9 minutes played here in the first half. Unassisted for Juan. Bobcats trying to get something going in the corner. Hawks do a nice job of clearing it, but only to Martinez at midfield, who's on a run down the middle. Hawks have something going up the left side now. That was Andrew Morentes, freshman midfielder out of Canyon High School in Anaheim. Trying to break through 3 Saddleback defenders along the left sideline. No go there. Saddleback will reset and send it up the right-hand side. Spencer Simas, another Jay Serra player on the Bobcats roster. Defending boys high school national champions, Jay Serra. Both Alex Martinez, Spencer Simas from that program. Long lead pass out there to Nathan Aquino. Simas has got it now. He puts it into the box. Gets through Santiago Canyon, but they'll clear it out of there. Miguel Segovia puts it into touch, so it'll be a throw in there for the Bobcats. Saddleback leads 1-0 here. Carlos sends it over to the right-hand sideline. Aquino back to Simas. Dominic Ochoa, number 19 there in center midfield. Ryan Mann takes a look. Long lead pass. If he's onside, it's a great opportunity for the Bobcats, but the flag goes up. Good thought there by Alex Martinez. He says, well, Mark, you said I scored a goal, so I may as well do so. Just a little ahead on his run. Great pass, great run, but the flag went up. So no harm done for Santiago Canyon, which trails 1-0 here. The visiting Hawks kick it away, but headed back into the Hawk end. Beautiful play there. Carlo. Brian Landazuri Carlo, freshman midfielder from Aliso Niguel High School. Ochoa tries to work the right side. Another throw in here for the Hawks. Simas will handle it. Many times they have Ryan Mann come over to handle these long throw-ins near the top of the penalty, and that's what they're going to do here. Ryan is very adept at putting these in like a corner kick. Freshman defender also out of Aliso Niguel High School. He has the ability to get the nice loft and nice touch on these where Saddleback can get up and get ahead. That one he throws a little bit more on a line, trying to put it into an angle. Goes off the post again. That time, another sloppy defensive effort by Santiago Canyon almost cost them. But Omar Gerard, well, are they going to call it a goal? If they say that crossed the end line? Gerard got it off the post. Yes, it is a goal for Saddleback. A little confusion on the signal. Omar Gerard protesting as he sat on the goal line with the ball, but it did get across the goal line. It didn't make the back of the net dance, but it's a score for Saddleback. Again, off another excellent long throw-in by Ryan Mann, created action around the goal, and it was Juan Ponce, the assist to Ryan Mann. Juan Ponce, second goal of the season, both coming here in the first 13 minutes. Juan Ponce with the score, long lead pass up the left-hand sideline. Carlo tries to run it down. That'll go into touch. So the Bobcats get two quick goals from Juan Ponce, who got the start today. The freshman midfielder from Capistrano Valley High School, just down the road from Saddleback College. 2 goals on the season, 2 goals here today, 2-0. Saddleback leads Santiago Canyon. And we've got another Hawk shaken up down on the field. Referee Pantaleon comes over to check on him, see if he needs a trainer. Does look to be may have to come off. The Hawks have not sent anyone over from their bench. Saddleback trainer will now come out. It's Aaron Yak, freshman defender out of Santiago High School. Sitting up now. So that last goal by Juan Ponce on the long throw-in at the top of the penalty area by Ryan Mann, another one on a line that time, ricocheted off a couple of players in the 6-yard box. And Juan Ponce was able to get, I couldn't tell if it was a header or was able to get a boot on it, but put it to the near post, just got across the goal line before Omar Gerard could stop it. He thought maybe he had, but the linesman down on this end indicated that it had crossed, and it's in the books. 2 goals for Juan Ponce and a 2-0 Saddleback lead. We're in the 16th minute here at College Drive East. By the way, our linesmen are Barnett and Sullivan. And the Bobcats trying to keep the pressure on. Jorge Garcia Cruz, number 10, feeds it over to the right-hand sideline. Hawks have some room there. Nice. Dominic Cafrena came off the goal line. It was a nice run by Andrew Morentes. But Cafrena came off the line. Miguel Segovia had the nice cross. But Cafrena prevented further activity, and the Bobcats send it down into the Hawk end, harmlessly to Gerard. Resetting, it is 2-0 Saddleback. 2 early goals, both from Juan Ponce. The second one on an assist by Ryan Mann on that beautiful long throw-in, as he's done so well all season. Saddleback trying to keep the visiting Hawks winless in Orange Empire Conference play. Saddleback trying to right the ship a little bit after going 1-3-1 in their last 5. And that was almost misplayed into an opportunity for the Bobcats. Gerard wasn't sure if he could get to it with his hands before he came out of the penalty area, but Brian Landazuri Carlo had designs on getting it past he and the defender, but the Hawks were able to turn it away to keep this from being 3-0, because it was nothing but artificial surface between Brian and the goal, should he have gotten past that. Chamber of Commerce Day here in Mission Viejo. Temperature in the mid 80s at kickoff, probably a little warmer down on the pitch, as I mentioned, because of the artificial surface. But just a gorgeous day. A little bit of a breeze from the south, which is right to left. As you're looking from the camera view at beautiful College Drive East, Saddleback Stadium. That's a nice pass up ahead. Ryan Mann will clear it out of the penalty area. I wanted to compliment the young man on the pass right there, but I don't have a 31 on the roster for Santiago Canyon. So through the power of the interwebs, nope. And we'll find out who that is for you at halftime. But in the meantime, Aquino sends it over to Mann. Ryan will see what's what and send it into the Hawk end. Headed up there by Ponce, who's had a very active first half, has one. Number 26. Both Saddleback goals and a 2-0 Saddleback lead as we're under 26 to go on the countdown clock here in the first half. That was a dangerous, long cross-pitch pass, and now the Bobcats have an opportunity to get some numbers. But the back line of Trent Kloboski comes out to knock that into safety. And DeFrena will set the Bobcats up again with Alex Avila. Man still looking for room. Sends it in the middle to Alex Martinez. Martinez up the right side to Nathan Aquino. He's got a little bit of room. Puts a nice crossing pass into the box. But Omar Gerard was ready for that. A little ahead of the run by Joel Smith. But a good idea by Nathan Aquino. There's a nice pass up the side. Bobcats are looking for an offside. There's no flag. That one gets by DeFrena. Now the flag comes up. And we do have an offside call against Santiago Canyon. Goal kick for the Bobcats, DeFrena. They actually blew that dead on a foul just across the midfield line, so Saddleback put it back into play with an indirect kick, and Santiago Canyon trying to get something going. Coach Andy Thomas's winless in conference Hawks down 2-0 early here. And there's Carlo. Nice little tap pass to the middle. Simas with a beautiful centering pass just past Alex Avila, who was on the cut down the middle. Again, good thought. That was a Choa on the run. Dominic, number 19. Either way, the Bobcats still have it. There's a nice pass from Simas up to Carlo, just inside the penalty area. Header attempted, couldn't quite get it. Joel Smith was up in the air. Beautiful attempt there by Carlo. Joel Smith just missed getting his forehead on that and directing it towards the goal. Let's see what the call is here. Are they going to the penalty spot? No, we've got a corner for the Bobcats, yeah. Nathan Aquino takes most of the corners for Saddleback. Will do so here, and Saddleback will set up good high lofting corner, a little out of the 6-yard box. Juan Ponce tried to keep it in, but it's a goal kick for Santiago Canyon. Saddleback 2, Santiago Canyon 0. Under 22 to go, so midway through the first half. Hawks try the right-hand side. Simas has got it now for the Bobcats. Hard, long shot. Deflected up through the crossbar. Be another goal kick for I keep calling them Rancho Santiago. Once upon a time, I think that was the college's name, but it is Santiago Canyon, and I know that. Santiago Canyon, the Hawks. The Rancho Santiago College District. So we got a hydration timeout here on a warm day like this on the artificial surface. Referee Pantaleon gives the teams a chance to hydrate. Joel Smith coming over to the sideline. Bobcats are glad to have him back in the lineup after their 4-1 loss to South Orange County Community College District rival Irvine Valley on Friday on the road. As I've mentioned, if you get 5 yellow cards, you must sit out the next match. And Joel had accumulated those 5 cards, so he could not play against the Lasers, but he's back in the lineup today. And his teammate Juan Ponce has 2 goals for the Bobcats to give them this 2-0 lead. With just over 20 minutes to go on the countdown clock during this hydration break. As I mentioned, it's a warm day. It is a Chamber of Commerce day, beautiful, but it's even a little warmer than the 80s, low 80s air temperature when you're down on that artificial surface that the pitch is comprised of here at College Drive East, Saddleback Stadium. Where on Saturday night, Saddleback's football team, American football, won its 4th consecutive game over Palomar 48-10 on homecoming night for the Bobcats. Saddleback tied for the lead in their league, the Southern League of the National Division, Southern California Football Association. Big game in a couple of weeks against Riverside coming up for the Bobcats and Coach Kerry Crabb. First, they have to get by Grossmont. Down in San Diego County, Saturday night, or Saturday afternoon, I believe that's a 1 p.m. start at Grossmont. Bobcats will be on the road the next couple of games. In American football, here today, with just under 20 to play, Saddleback's men's soccer (2-0) Saddleback over visiting Santiago Canyon. We'll have to see if we can find out why leading scorer Nick Assam wears jersey number 3. Was not in the starting lineup. There have been some substitutions. See if he's come in. I don't see him on the pitch as of yet for Santiago Canyon. And they're going to need an offensive spark from somewhere. So if he's unavailable for whatever reason, Coach Andy Thomas is going to need to find some additional scoring. Jorge Garcia Cruz, their second leading scorer, with 3 goals on the season. And also Andrew Morentes. Garcia Cruz and Morentes both have 9 points. Morentes has 4 goals. Diego Rivera, number 23, has 3 goals, as does Garcia Cruz. But Nick Assange, 7 goals and assists for 15 points. But so far, we haven't seen him on the pitch for the Hawks, who are struggling to find offense and struggling to keep Saddleback out of the Santiago Canyon end. Nice centering pass, nobody home. Good thought again on the run down the sideline. Ian Farrelly, number 18, with the crossing pass after the nice run down the right-hand sideline. He's into the game for Saddleback. Now he comes up to defend right there and takes it away. Puts it out to Simus. Back to Martinez. Good ball movement here by the Bobcats. Ryan Mann. Back to Martinez in the middle. Center back area. Alex Avila. And they'll send it back into the box to DeFrena and start the process all over again. Lofted down the left-hand sideline, chased down. Nice moves over there on the sideline towards the box. Crossing pass, a header, just misdirected away. Good, solid, aggressive play. Header just went wide. Marco Cortez, number 15. Given name is Gian, but the team calls him Marco, so will we. And Marco will have a throw-in. Gets it back to the midfield line, and the Bobcats are back on Santiago Canyon's end, leading 2-0. 16 minutes to go on the countdown clock here in the first half. Orange Empire Conference men's soccer action. Thank you for joining us. Long cross pass in is harmless, and Omar Gerard will have a goal kick for Ranchos. If I say it one more time, I'm going to pinch myself. Santiago Canyon. The Hawks just nothing going offensively. It's been all Saddleback in terms of pressure and precision and opportunities. Morentes down the left side. He drops it off back towards the midfield, and then the Hawks need to go the other way. Sep Soda Kashan, number 23 in the game for the Bobcats. Second leading scorer for Saddleback, 5 goals on the season. Joel Smith has 8 for Saddleback. Garcia Cruz tries to come out of it for Santiago Canyon, but nothing doing again, and the Bobcats will take it the other way. Very little pressure from Santiago Canyon from their midfielders. Saddleback has had their way of it within 15 yards of either side of the midfield stripe, and then once they get across, they've got room in the middle like Spencer Simus does here. Santiago Canyon fills in the gaps. Martinez lofts a high crosser. Kevin Sanchez had designs on putting a boot on that out of midair as it came over his shoulder, but Omar Gerard came off the line, gobbled it up, no harm done, and Santiago Canyon will come back on the attack. Down the left-hand side, Ricky Walker, number 15, nicely defended there by Avila. He'll win the ball, and Martinez will take it back into safety. Back to Dominic DeFrena. It's the first aggressive run Santiago Canyon has had pretty much in the half, where there was realistic opportunity to get something on goal. But Avila, Alex, solid defender for Saddleback, said, "Not on my watch." The freshman out of San Juan Hills, number 13, Martinez. Sanchez. Nice lead pass up the right-hand side. Ian Farrelly with it. Back to Sanchez. Left footer just misses wide to the left side. Nice pass by Farrelly. Nice thought by Sanchez. Got a left foot on it. Put it outside the far post. No harm done for Santiago Canyon, but they still trail 2-0. 2 goals by Ian Ponce. Juan Ponce of Saddleback. Juan with his first 2 goals of the season. Nice long lead pass there. That's Garcia Cruz. Finally an opportunity for DeFrena, comes off the line. A good aggressive run by Jorge Garcia Cruz. Picked up the ball on the left sideline, took it into the 6-yard box before DeFrena came out to smother it. A sign of life for the Hawks. First time offensively in this half. And it came at the 33-minute mark as we're under 12 to play here in the first half. And here comes Kevin Sanchez, middle of the field, between defenders. Trent Klobosky, number 22, does a nice job of stopping that run. But Spencer Simus will reset Martinez to man. Over to Alex Avila. Farrelly, Simus, middle, Sanchez, still middle, between defenders. Free kick coming up for the Bobcats after the Santiago Canyon foul. They put it down quickly and get it off without setting up, but Santiago Canyon was ready for it. The Hawks had good offensive pressure the last time they got it across midfield into the Saddleback end, but unable to duplicate that yet. This time they'll try the right-hand side, back to the middle. Christian Vasquez, number 16. Rene Coelho almost a little bit too nonchalant with that, but it was no harm done. Rene got it back to his keeper. Just no real pressure from Santiago Canyon anywhere around midfield. 10 or 15 yards on either side of the midfield line. It's all Saddleback as Farrelly tries to chase one down the right side, but it will go into touch. Goal kick for Santiago Canyon. So Coach Andy Thomas, obviously a strategy to give Saddleback as much as that, 20 yards between the midfield line, 10 yards either way. But the Bobcats are getting a chance to kind of pick and choose where they want to go without any defensive pressure. So we'll have to see if the Hawks will adjust and see if Santiago Canyon can get some pressure or somehow start taking away the little pitch and catch Saddleback's players are doing with no defensive pressure, being able to pick and choose in that area around midfield. At some point, down 2-0, the Hawks are going to have to put some pressure on the ball. Good thought up the sideline there by Ricky Walker. Tried to get it to Andrew Morentes. Substitution coming in. We're back underway with Ryan Mann. Saddleback, just under 8 to go on the countdown clock. Again, the clock will stop at the 2-minute mark in regulation in the half and be kept field time by the referee Pantaleon. Long shot, kind of misjudged by Omar Jabbar, but was wide left, but a 45-yard boot drifted. I believe that was Spencer Simus who got the shot off for Saddleback. Almost caught Gerard unaware, but it was off the mark. And Santiago Canyon, we'll see if they can't get something going here in the final 7 minutes of the first half. And into stoppage time, that time is also kept by the referee Pantaleon. Up the left-hand side, DeFrana comes all the way out of the box, now takes it back into the box, and he'll pick it up. We played about 39 minutes here in the first half, and Santiago Canyon does not have a shot. Let alone a shot on goal, just not even a shot. Long lead pass there. A little bit, Kevin Sanchez picks up an errant ball, gets it over the right wing to Carlo. Beautiful centering pass. That's some gorgeous football right there. I believe that's Andrew June, number 10, with the goal. Absolutely gorgeous bit of football. Andrew June makes the back of the net dance. Score! Andrew June, 3-0 Saddleback, and I will get you the assist on that as well. Absolutely gorgeous passing. Kevin Sanchez got it over the right wing, a beautiful cross to Andrew June, who drilled it. Made the net cords dance for the score in the 39th minute to give Saddleback the 3-0 lead. Spencer Simus, number 14, with the beautiful pass and the assist. 4th goal of the season by Andrew June. 3-0 Saddleback. And that had to make Coach B.J. McNichol smile. The way the Bobcats moved the ball from the middle with Kevin Sanchez over to Spencer Simus, into the middle. The perfectly timed run by Andrew June. Nothing Omar Gerard could do about that. Score it, and it's 3-0 Saddleback. Trying to make it 4 before we get to halftime. Nice little run there by Carlo, broken up. And the Hawks are going to try and get some numbers across the midfield line, but no such luck. Good, aggressive retreat defense. As Garcia Cruz comes away nicely with it for Santiago Canyon. The Hawks up the right-hand side, trying the middle now, tried to get it to Ivan Pena. Down the right-hand side again. Saddleback denies that. Still no shots for the Hawks. Santiago Canyon shotless and scoreless, and they trail 3-0. 3.5 to go here in the first half. Spencer Simas gets it out front, picked off there by Santiago Canyon. Nice defensive play by Trent Klobowski. Klobowski read that one, sophomore out of Yorba Linda High School. Kept that run from developing. And the Hawks still trying to find an answer of moving the ball up the pitch into the Saddleback end, where they have not been successful at all here in the first half. And part of the reason they trail 3-0. Simas on a run up to Carlo. Carlo nicely defended there. Santiago Canyon. Fairley cuts it off and keeps it in the Santiago Canyon end. Ricky Walker had done a nice job up the right side to deny the initial run. And we're at the 2-minute mark here in the first half. So the clock has stopped up on the scoreboard. And referee Pantaleonis will keep time between now and the end of regulation and any stoppage time in the first half, which will probably be a few minutes because we had some injured players plus the hydration break. Man will tap it back to DeFretta, and Avila will try the right side for the Bobcats, who lead 3-0 on a beautiful day for a football match here on the pitch at College Drive East. Just no pressure at all from the Hawks in the midfield area. So Saddleback able to kind of look down the field. It's like a quarterback in American football with incredible pass blocking because the team's only rushing 2 defenders. So he can stand back in the pocket all day and pick where he wants to throw it. Tried to give and go it right there, Alex Martinez. But the Hawks did a nice job there. There's a nice aggressive play up the left-hand side. Jorge Garcia Cruz, sophomore out of Dana Hills, down the road from Saddleback College. And very minimal stoppage time, so that will end the first half. The whistle blows. Referee Pantaleon will signal the end of the first half with Saddleback leading 3-0. Saddleback 3, 2 goals by Juan Ponce, 1 by Andrew Jude. 3-0 Saddleback here at halftime. We'll be back with statistics and the start of the second half in about 15 minutes. Thanks for joining us here on Saddleback College Men's Soccer. Welcome back to Saddleback Stadium, where at halftime, Saddleback leads visiting Santiago Canyon 3-0. 2 goals by Juan Ponce and one by Andrew June, accounting for the 3 scores by Saddleback. 3-0 Saddleback here in Orange Empire Conference men's soccer action. I am Mark Spen. Thank you for joining us on the Saddleback College Department of Cinema, Television, and Radio Production. Matt Brodet, our Chief Engineer Deluxe. Skip Rocks, our Cameraman Deluxe. Bringing you all the technical necessities to enable us to give you this live stream on this picture-perfect day at Saddleback Stadium, which I call College Drive East. Here on the campus of Saddleback College in Mission Viejo, about 80 degrees at kickoff. Teams were awarded a hydration break in the first half. Probably one will happen this half as well, as we are in the middle of the sunshine here at Saddleback Stadium on a perfect day in Mission Viejo. So at the 6-minute mark, Juan Ponce got his first goal. At the 10-minute mark, that was unassisted. The 10-minute mark, Ponce almost got a hat trick. He had a 1 go off the post just a couple minutes earlier, and then his second goal at the 10-minute mark, assisted by Ryan Mann on another beautiful throw-in by Ryan, made it 2-0, and then Andrew June on a beautiful assist by Spencer Simus. Setup started by Kevin Sanchez in the middle. Simus from the wing, cross pass to Andrew June for the score to make it 3-0 at the 36-minute mark. And that's where we stand at the end of the first half, 3-0, Santiago Canyon, winless in Orange Empire Conference play, kind of showing it here, at least in the first half. No offensive pressure, no defensive pressure in the midfield area. Saddleback could pick and choose what they wanted to do within 10 yards of either side of the midfield line. It was kind of an interesting strategy. Coach Andy Thomas maybe trying to keep his defense back to handle Saddleback's offensive aggression, but it resulted in the Hawks not only having no shots on goal, but no shots at all in the first half. Saddleback had 11 shots, 5 on goal. 1 corner kick for the Bobcats. A couple of fouls on Santiago Canyon, 1 on Saddleback, no yellow cards. And we are back underway here in the second half, and Santiago Canyon 0-4-2 in conference. Going to have to get something going. Saddleback is 2-3-1 in the conference, Orange Empire Conference play, looking to even their record with 3 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. And they lead 3-0 as we start the second half. Saddleback goes back to its starting lineup. Number 1, Nathan Aquino. Number 11, Brian Landazuri Carlo. Number 13, Alex Avila. Number 14, Spencer Simus. Number 15, Gianmarco Cortez. Number 17, Ryan Mann. Number 19, Dominic Ochoa. Number 20, Joel Smith. Number 25, Alex Martinez. Number 26, Juan Ponce. And the goalkeeper, we'll see if Saddleback has switched keepers. Sometimes they will do that at halftime. That's still DeFrena, number 00, Dominic DeFrena. On the pitch, Santiago Canyon starting lineup in the second half. Number 6, Andrew Morentes. Number 7, Wesley Harris. Number 10, Jorge Garcia Cruz. Number 11, Rene Coelho. Number 13, Ali Syed. Number 15, Ricky Walker. Number 17, Miguel Segovia. Number 18, Aaron Yak. Number 22, Trent Klobosky. Number 33, Vince Corral. And the goalkeeper, Omar Gerard, remains in the game. His 3rd start of the season. Lead pass up the middle. Just a little bit too much weight for Juan Ponce. Tried to chase it down. Still no sign there. Santiago Canyon manages to knock away a long lead pass to Carlo. Still no sign of Nick Assam, leading scorer for Santiago Canyon. Came into the game with 15 points. We don't have a match report that indicates that he is on a card. meaning he had accumulated yellows or a red in their previous game to keep him out of today's game. So unfortunately, I'm not sure why Nick's not out there. There's a high looping over the goal line into touch goal kick for the Bobcats. But with or without Nick Assam, Santiago Canyon is going to have to find some way to get some offensive pressure. And that may begin with being a little bit more aggressive in the midfield area, where they have just been content to let Saddleback sit in the pocket like Patrick Mahomes with nobody rushing him and picking people apart downfield. Well, immediately there's a little bit more pressure from Santiago Canyon because they were nowhere near this tight on the Bobcats in the Saddleback end in the first half. 4 minutes into the second half, 50th minute of the game. Saddleback 3, Santiago Canyon 0. Saddleback in the home cardinal and gold, going right to left. As you see it on your screen, Santiago Canyon, the Hawks. There's a good run by Saddleback down the right-hand side. Carlo, beautiful centering pass. Joel Smith can't quite get to it. Great thought right there. Miguel Segovia did a nice job for Rancho Santiago. Even when I'm going to say it right, I get it wrong. Santiago Canyon to keep Joel Smith from getting on that. There's a left-footed boot by Smith outside the top of the arc. Well wide. So Brian Landazuri Carlo, number 11, was down the right-hand side. Had a crossover. It eventually got to Smith in the penalty area, or tried to get it to Smith in the penalty area. But number 17, Miguel Segovia for Santiago Canyon, came over and broke that up as Joel was looking for his team-leading 9th goal of the season. Back for this game after missing the Irvine Valley game, a 4-1 loss for Saddleback on Friday because of yellow cards. And Santiago Canyon just shot themselves in the foot right there by putting it over their own end line from 30 yards out to set up a corner kick for the Bobcats. Already trailing 3-0. Just an errant bit of passing in their own end leads to Nathan Aquino here on the near side. Getting ready to he does a quick touch kick into Carlo. He's got room on the left-hand side. Centering pass broken up there by Santiago Canyon. Nice job defensively. There's Aquino from the middle of the box, just left of the post. Nice shot attempt by Nathan. Good aggressiveness by the Bobcats. Good defense by Santiago Canyon from keeping Carlo from turning that unencumbered run into the left side of the penalty area into a scoring opportunity. Saddleback comes away from the scrum at midfield. Juan Ponce, Marco Cortez to Martinez, middle of the field, lofts the ball down the right-hand side, headed into the box nicely there, but a little bit too strong. No Bobcat could get there in time. Spencer Simus with a good thought, but nobody home on the run. Nice slide by Aquino. Good challenge, good tackle to win that ball. And now Santiago Canyon is pressuring on either side of midfield, something they did not do in the first half. Coach Andy Thomas making a nice adjustment here. As you can see, more energy, certainly more urgency from Santiago Canyon, trailing 3-0. Joel Smith tried to put it to the middle of the box, knocked away by the Hawks, and they will turn and try to get something going in the Saddleback end, where they still do not have any success all day. One shot now. It came early here in the second half. One shot for the entire game, and it was not a shot on goal, but at least it was close enough of an offensive penetration to be called a shot. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks, who send it back to Santiago Canyon goalkeeper Omar Gerard. A little bit lazy on that pass across the pitch, but no harm done. Not quite enough oomph on that one by Omar, but his teammates helped him out. Again, Nathan Aquino with some nifty footwork wins the ball around midfield, sends it back to Ryan Mann. He left foots it. Well, Spencer and he weren't on the same page there. Simas did not make the run as Mann put a nice ball into the right center portion of Santiago Canyon's end. Good cross pitch pass by the Hawks. They'll send it up the field. They've got a decent run to Cortez. DeFrena came well off the line, and referee Pantaleon is going to issue a yellow card to Dominic DeFrena, who kind of did what he had to do. Didn't mean to knock Jorge Garcia Cruz. That was who on the run, number 10, Jorge Garcia Cruz, who's up and walking okay, but it was a good collision between the goalkeeper, DeFrena, well outside of the penalty area, to come up and aggressively challenge that. And the foul was called. Well, it wasn't called on DeFrena. Surprise, surprise. Thought for all the world that yellow card was going to go to Dominic, but apparently Garcia Cruz was deemed to have initiated the contact. This is where a little slow motion replay would be helpful on that one, because I can't understand that call for the life of me. But referee Pantaleon issued the yellow card. And I will check with the official score. Yep, they gave the yellow card to Jorge Garcia Cruz of Santiago Canyon. So DeFrena made an aggressive play coming up out of the penalty area on a nice run by Garcia Cruz. Best offensive move the Hawks have had pretty much all day. Coming 11 minutes in almost to the second half, trailing 3-0. And if they gave that, well, they did give the card to Garcia Cruz, but you can't blame him for the aggressive play because he needed to get to the goal. Dominic DeFrena had other ideas, the goalkeeper. So nice play by Dominic to break that up. Good aggressive play by the Hawks. Did result in a yellow card for Garcia Cruz, but the intensity has picked up for Santiago Canyon. Joel Smith with a nice bit of ball handling there. Goes up the left-hand side between two defenders. Can't get it through the third. Now they've got something on the left-hand side. Dominic Ochoa couldn't quite get a control of it. There's Simas into the box, knocked away. Ponce has got it. Back to Simas. Open on the right-hand side. Carlo tried to bicycle it out of the air. Couldn't quite get it. But another good offensive push by the Bobcats. So we remain at 3-0. Saddleback leading, visiting Santiago Canyon. Bobcats in the Cardinal in goal, going right to left. Spencer Simas for Saddleback. Outside the top of the box, he's got room there. They don't want to challenge him too aggressively. Centering pass attempted by Marco Cortez. Back out to Alex Martinez. It gets between two Santiago Canyon defenders, but it goes into touch over the end line. Goal kick for Omar Gerard and Santiago Canyon. All 3 goals for Saddleback coming in the first half. 2 by Juan Ponce in the first 10 minutes of the game. The 6-minute mark and the 10-minute mark. And then Andrew June on a beautiful assist by Spencer Simus in the 36th minute to make it 3-0. And that's where we stand. Coming up on the 60th minute in this Orange Empire Conference men's matchup between visiting Santiago Canyon in the white and the Saddleback Bobcats. Good centering pass. Nice job there by Garcia Cruz to get it down the left-hand side. Andrew Morentes marked there by Aquino. Quick throw in by the Hawks. Good lofted pass into the box. DeFrena inside the 6-yard box, comes off the line to make the grab out of midair and sends it into the Hawks' end, where Santiago Canyon will have a throw-in coming back the other way. So Santiago Canyon has adjusted here at the start of the second half in these opening 15 minutes of the second half with more pressure. Well, the entire pitch, but especially in the midfield area where they were letting Saddleback pick and choose what they wanted to do anywhere around the midfield line, no pressure whatsoever. And it resulted in a lot of opportunity and some good passing by the Bobcats that resulted in 3 goals and no offensive output for Santiago Canyon, which was on its heels, basically playing in its own penalty area the entire first half. Now they're out there pressuring Saddleback farther up the pitch, bringing up their line. Risky, yes, but when you're trailing 3-0, you have no choice. Martinez will keep it in challenging position on the right-hand side to Carlo. Carlo back to Spencer Simus. Centers it over. Little miscommunication there. Bobcats turn it over. Marco Cortez, a little late coming across the middle, or Spencer just expected him to be there. One of the two. And the Hawks will have a throw-in to try and get back into this with something down the right-hand side. Jorge Garcia Cruz doing a nice job for Santiago Canyon. Aggressively trying to get scoring opportunities going. Just not getting a lot of help or a lot of opportunity because Saddleback's defense has been very solid. Nice long lead pass. Omar Gerard comes way out of the box to kick that one away. And then the Hawks shoot themselves in the foot on a turnover. And this will probably lead to one of Ryan Mann. Yes, Ryan Mann coming over to take the long throw-in. In Saddleback's first ever men's soccer home game way back on September 5th, Ryan Mann made the long throw-in in this similar situation. Well, it was in stoppage time against Pasadena City, and it resulted in a goal by Joel Smith to give Saddleback its first ever victory, first ever home victory, 1-0 on a similar, from almost the identical spot over there on the far sideline. Ryan is very, very good at those, and it led to Juan Ponce's second goal. As a matter of fact, one of those same throw-ins at the other end on the near sideline. Nothing doing on that one, so it remains 3-0. Under 28 minutes to go on the countdown clock. 45-minute clock in community college soccer, which goes down to 2 minutes, where it stops. The referee on the field, referee Pantaleon, will keep the final 2 minutes of regulation plus any stoppage time on the field. So if you're a football purist used to the upward counting of the minutes from 0 to 90. A little different here in the community college game. But if you are a purist, let me do my math real quick. We're in the 64th minute. And Saddleback leads 3-0. There's a nice push up the middle. Lendazuri Carlo trying to get things done. The Hawks do a nice job of turning him away. Christian Vasquez, number 16, gets it to teammates on the left sideline, back to the middle. Another errant pass. Ivan Pena was the target, just off the mark. And once again, the action comes back to the Santiago Canyon end because Saddleback's pressure has been relentless. Nice run there by Juan Ponce looking for the hat trick. But Omar comes off the line and makes the save. Gerard sends it back to midfield, but the Bobcats aren't done with it. They're controlling the center of the field, controlling the midfield line, 10 yards at least on either side, having their way, even with the increased pressure by Santiago Canyon, which actually has backed off a little bit in the last couple of minutes. So Santiago Canyon came out with more pressure at both ends of the pitch, bringing their line much further up, but they just can't get anything going offensively, and they trail 3-0. Saddleback, 2 goals by Juan Ponce in the first 10 minutes. Almost a hat trick. He hit the hardware on what would have been his second goal, but did get his second goal at the 10-minute mark after scoring in the first 6 minutes as well. And then Andrew June later in the first half on a beautiful assist by Spencer Simus, and that's where we are, 3-0. Saddleback trying to even its OEC record at 3-3-1 and go to 6-4-2 on the season with a victory. Santiago Canyon came in at 3-6-3 overall, winless in OEC play in the conference 0-4-2, but the 2 ties actually tied Irvine Valley and Santa Ana, teams that Saddleback lost to. So, go figure. But again, we have not seen their leading scorer, Nick Assam, and unsure if it's injury-related or a match report. But either way, the Hawks missing his scoring punch, the leading scorer for the Hawks. Long corner by Aquino, covered up nicely by Omar Gerard. Christian Vasquez tries to get it up to the middle, sent back by the Bobcats. There's a run. Garcia Cruz, but the flag goes up. And Jorge was probably a good step ahead of the Saddleback defenders, offside. But staying aggressive, Jorge Garcia Cruz trying to make something happen for Santiago Canyon. Spencer Simus did a nice job at midfield today for the Bobcats. 6'2" freshman out of J. Sarah. Nice long looping pass again. Carlo tried to bicycle it out of the air. He tried that along the right-hand side of the penalty area. A few minutes back, couldn't make contact either time, just on the high looping pass. If he'd gotten a boot on it, Gerard was well off the goal line, so he might have been able to chip it in. Unlike my wedge game. Garcia Cruz between Saddleback defenders. Stays with it. Nice job by Jorge. Beautiful long lofted pass to the right-hand side. First real opportunity. Ali Syed. There's going to be a foul. No. Referee Pantaleon says play on. For all the world, it looked like Devon Pena had been shoved from behind. Number 5, but no whistle. No harm, no foul. So we continue. Good offensive pressure by Santiago Canyon for the first time. Cruz with a beautiful splitting of Saddleback defenders. Syed on the right side with a nice run, well timed. Good ball by Garcia Cruz, but when they tried to go into the middle to the 5'4" freshman Ivan Pena, it did look like from our vantage point that he had taken a push in the back. But referee Pantaleon is much closer and better positioned to that action than we are. And he said play on. So with 21 minutes to go here at Saddleback Stadium, College Drive East on the campus of Saddleback College here in beautiful Mission Viejo, on a picture-perfect day for some play on the pitch. Temperature at game time in the low 80s. Warm enough that the teams were awarded a hydration break at the midpoint of the first half. We'll see if a similar break is coming here in the second half. It is warmer down on the artificial surface, and it is almost the entire field still in bright sunlight. Here at Saddleback Stadium, some substitutions coming on. Gavin Radzai, number 29, freshman out of Huntington Beach, comes on for the Bobcats. Sep Sode Cashin, number 23, 6'2" forward, 5 goals on the season. Second leading goal scorer for the Bobcats. He's in there, number 23, in the middle of the penalty area right now. We'll get the other ones in as I spy them with the binoculars from high above the western sideline here at Saddleback Stadium. There's an attempt that goes into the 6-yard box, gobbled up by Omar Gerard. Kevin Sanchez has also re-entered the game, replacing Joel Smith. Probably the last we'll see of Joel today. There's a nice lofted pass, but nice job defensively by Marco Cortez to get back there and head it away. Sanchez with it now in the middle. He helps set up that beautiful goal by Andrew June on the perfect assist from Spencer Simus late in the first half. Kevin was in the middle, got the ball out to the wing to Simus, who made a gorgeous cross to Andrew June, who had the easy right-footed blast to make the net cords dance for the score at the 38-minute mark back in the first half to make it 3-0, and that's still where we are with under 19 to play on the countdown clock here in the second half. Saddleback 3, Santiago Canyon 0. Both teams moving a little slower. As I mentioned, it's not blisteringly hot, but down on that artificial surface in the bright sunlight, it does get warmer than 80 degrees. And I'm sitting in an air-conditioned broadcast booth in the press box where it's quite comfortable. But a little difference for the young men down on the pitch. Free kick here for the Bobcats. Aquino peels off. Carlo puts it into the box, headed away nicely. Good job defensively by Ricky Walker to knock that away by Santiago Canyon. And here come the Hawks with a little aggression for the first time we've seen in a while. Up the right-hand side, Pena passes into the box on the left-hand side. Beautiful shot. Oh, no, just out of the reach. Good. Finally, an offensive output by the Hawks. going to get some. So Trent Kloboski just missed the header after the beautiful attack by Jorge Garcia Cruz, who will take the corner here for Santiago Canyon. Beautiful effort by Garcia Cruz and Kloboski. They just couldn't get it to convert. They had an open net. DeFrena did what he could, but that was the best offensive output Santiago Canyon has shown the entire game, and it comes with under 18 to play here in the second half at Saddleback Stadium. Tried to make it 3-1 and semi-interesting for the Bobcats, who are a little bit on cruise control here in the second half, although some of that has to do with a stronger defensive effort, a little bit more pressure by Santiago Canyon at times, although they have backed off quite a bit still. We are at hydration break here in the second half. So we got a little break in the action. Let me run through some statistics for you. Brad Hoyseth, Sports Information Director Extraordinaire for Saddleback College, updating us in near real time. It is impressive. Santiago Canyon now 3 shots here in the second half, 2 of them on goal after 0-0, 0-0 in the first half. No shots on goal, obviously. Saddleback 13 shots, 5 on goal. A couple of saves each for Omar Gerard for Santiago Canyon and Dominic DeFrena from Saddleback. 3 corners for the Bobcats, 1 for Santiago Canyon. Santiago Canyon has victimized itself with 3 offside calls, 1 for the Bobcats. A couple of fouls on Santiago Canyon, 1 yellow card, and that was on Jorge Garcia Cruz on a play. From my vantage point, I didn't quite follow why Garcia Cruz got the yellow card, but apparently DeFrena had gotten control of the ball and there was maybe an errant boot, unintentional, and that's what led referee Pantaleone to award the card to Garcia Cruz. But beyond that, good clean game. Both teams playing hard. Santiago Canyon just outgunned here. Jean-Pierre De La O, number 4 in for the Bobcats. It's Kevin Sanchez, number 7. That's in the box. Lost a little bit there. There's going to be foul on Santiago Canyon trying to make something happen after a little bit of a errant got away from Alex Martinez in the penalty area. But Santiago Canyon getting a little bit desperate here in the late stages. Foul called, free kick awarded. Saddleback will have a throw-in on the far sideline, leading 3-0. I am Mark Spen. Thank you so much for joining us here on this production of the Saddleback College Department of Cinema, Television, and Radio. Chief Engineer Matt Broday, cameraman Skip Rocks, enabling us to bring you these games on a live stream. Beautiful view, camera mounted in the camera room on top of the press box here. Well, in the press box at Saddleback College, this 3-year-old facility. Great vantage point, beautiful view. As a matter of fact, you can get distracted looking out at the mountains in the background. But right now the Bobcats trying not to get distracted as they lead 3-0 and close this out with 15 minutes to go on the countdown clock, which puts us into the 76th minute. Throw in there Christian Vasquez. Right-footed attempt right at DeFrena. Another offensive attempt. That one really didn't have any chance of getting by DeFrena, but some offensive pressure by the Hawks. DeFrena sends it deep down into the Santiago Canyon end. Sanchez, good footwork there, gets by 2 defenders, can't get by a third. De La O has got it on the left side. He's got it over to Ochoa. De La O, Sanchez, Ochoa, a little triangle going. Left-hand sideline, Kevin trying to make something go down that way. Ochoa loses it out of bounds. They'll give it to the Bobcats on the throw-in. On the challenge by Ali Syed. Into the box. Sepp tried to chase it down. Number 23 for Saddleback. Vasquez fights off Sanchez, and that ball will go into touch. Goal kick for Santiago Canyon. The Hawks trailing 3-0. Going north to south here on the pitch at Saddleback Stadium, left to right for your camera. The left end of the stadium here is due north, the south to the right. And I am high above the western sideline. A little homage to Chick Hearn, for those of you who remember the Lakers days back at the Forum. The Hawks looking for room anywhere they can find it. They're on the left side in front of their bench. Coach Andy Thomas, as we mentioned, won 3 CIF championships while coaching at Laguna Beach High School. Played a couple of years in Southampton's FA Academy program from the Isle of Man in Great Britain. But the Hawks are a little outgunned today, and the early deficit kind of ruined any plans to make this a defensive struggle. Good challenge at midfield by both sides. Saddleback fairly content to keep their line back. Defense has been solid all season long. I'm sure they want the shutout today. Nathan Aquino, Alex Avila, Alex Martinez. And of course, Ryan Mann, the usual 4 back defenders for the Bobcats. Alex Avila, number 13, and Nathan Aquino, number 1, still in the game. Gavin Radzai has come on as a defender. And Jean-Pierre De La O, so Ryan Mann. And Alex Martinez. There's Sepp up ahead of everybody else. He's got a shot, and Sepp will find the back of the net and make the net cords dance, as Sepp Sodakishan will frequently do. Score for Saddleback. 4-0. 6th goal of the season for Sepp. Trying to reset the teams, and Sepp will always find a way to get into a scoring position. You have to watch him every single minute, and I wasn't doing that. Next thing you know, he had a run, and kaboom, kabang. It's a score for the Bobcats, who go up 4-0 in the 80th minute. Sepp Sodakishan, 6th goal of the season. He's had a nose for and it was a beautiful blast. Omar Gerard really couldn't do a whole lot with that one. And it makes it 4-0. Saddleback, as we're under 10 minutes now on the countdown clock. Multiple substitutions for the Bobcats. Number 6, Jonathan Berrientos is in the game for Saddleback. Kevin Sanchez with the assist on the goal by Sepp. So Sepp Sodakishan. Sepand Sodakishan. They call him Sepp. His 6th goal of the season, the assist from Kevin Sanchez. Saddleback 4, Santiago Canyon 0. Kevin Sanchez dribbling between defenders into the penalty area. Knocked away nicely there by Miguel Segovia off of a Saddleback player, so the Hawks will have a throw-in on their sideline. They try and get it in to Garcia Cruz, who's been active for the Hawks all day. But Santiago Canyon just has had little opportunity to really challenge Dominic DeFrena and the Saddleback defense, because Saddleback has controlled the midfield just as they're doing right here. You see how there's a nice lead pass. Paul Chen in the game for the Bobcats chases it down into the left corner. He's in a struggle for the ball there with Ali Sayed. And they've got a whistle against the Bobcats. Christopher Medrano in the game for the Bobcats as well, number 22. Radzai, Avila, Aquino. Aquino coming off now. Ian Farrelly back in the game. He saw some minutes in the first half. Parsa, Ashraf Modaris in number 16 for Saddleback as well. That's Barrientos, number 6. There's Parsa, number 16. Parsa comes to the middle of the field. Sanchez is there. He dribbles around him. He's got Paul Chen to the left. Goes back to Radzai. Big freshman out of Huntington Beach sends it down towards the penalty area where Santiago Canyon knocks it away. Jorge Garcia Cruz. Sanchez tries to keep it in front of the Saddleback bench. Nice play there. Syed up ahead to Cruz. Cruz trying to make a move. Alex Avila having none of it. Good job by Alex marking Jorge Garcia Cruz, preventing the scoring opportunity. Under 6 to play on the countdown clock as DeFrena lets it roll for a moment before picking it up. Rolls it up the field to Parsa. Parsa looks like he may have been fouled from behind, and was, by Ivan Pena, who's probably wondering, why didn't I get that call when I was in the middle of the field when we had a scoring opportunity earlier this half. Santiago player Canyon, a little slow to get up on the far side. Referee Pantaleon. It's Andrew Morentes, who's been up and down the field all day today. They're calling for the Saddleback trainers from the bench to come across the field and check out Andrew. Substitution on. Wesley Harris, number 7, comes on for Morentes. And it's 4-0 Saddleback as we're under 5 minutes on the countdown clock. John Paul Botazzi, freshman out of Costa Mesa. Most of Saddleback's roster are South County players. As I mentioned, Gavin Radzai from Huntington Beach and Botazzi from Costa Mesa. A couple of the exceptions, few others, but most of them freshmen from South County high schools, Capo Valley, Mission Viejo, Trabuco Hills, J. Serra, San Juan Hills, El Toro, Tesoro. Down the right side, here comes Cruz. Heads it up nicely for himself, but Radzai gets back in front of him, kicks it out to the sideline. Nice play by Gavin to get back after Jorge was very intent on keeping this from being a shutout because it is 4-0 Saddleback with under 4 to go on the countdown clock. Throw in for the Hawks along the far side. They'll substitute. See if I get the binoculars on. Another throw in here. Garcia Cruz trying to get something where they can get a foot on it, put it towards the goal. Nice little pop-up in the air, and DeFrena comes and says, thank you very much on the fair catch, and sends it down into the Santiago Canyon end, which is where everything has happened today. Parsa left up the left sideline, does a nice job keeping it in, puts it over to Zarak Ayub, number 9 in the game. Bram Frazier, number 2, also for the Bobcats. And there's Ivan Pena saying that had to have been an obstruction right there, was it not, referee Pantaleon? And Eric Garcia, 6'2", 195 against 5'4", 138-pound Ivan Pena. A little bit of a mismatch physically, but Pena put himself in good position. And the bigger man could only foul, and that Eric could only pick up a foul to give Santiago Canyon a free kick from the middle of the pitch. And we'll see what the Hawks do with it here as we approach the 2-minute clock stop time right now, or 2 minutes time kept on the field for the remainder of the game by our referee Pantaleon, along with any stoppage time that may be added. We did have a couple of shaken up players in hydration time, so we expect a couple of minutes of stoppage time. Here come the Hawks along the left-hand side. Klabowski tried to get around the Saddleback defense, but once again, Saddleback's defense says no. Parsa in a scrum with it there. Nice footwork by Pena. He gets it over to the left-hand side. A little bit of room here for Santiago Canyon. Shot along the right-hand side is going to go. Nice play by Dominic DeFrena to keep that in touch, or excuse me, in bounds, not into touch. Long throw in by Dominic, looking to record the shutout. And there's your final whistle. Very little stoppage time after we got to that 2-minute stoppage time on the clock. Referee Pantaleon blows the whistle to an end of it. So the final score from Saddleback Stadium, the Bobcats even their record in the Orange Empire Conference with a 4-0 victory over visiting Santiago Canyon. Santiago Canyon falls to 0-5-2 in Orange Empire Conference play, 3-7-3 on the season. Saddleback improves to 6-4-2. And as I mentioned, 3-3-1 in the OEC, evening their record with this 4-0 victory. 2 goals for Juan Ponce, 1 from Andrew June, and 1 from Sep Sodekashan. Assist today by Spencer Simus and Kevin Sanchez. The Bobcats get the victory, 4-0 here at Saddleback Stadium. Our final score again. Thank you for watching. For the technical crew, I am Mark Spin. Final score, Saddleback 4. Santiago Canyon 0.